So paid traffic example again, rather than worrying about having the successful funnel and paid campaign and all that stuff, I focus on Hey, what's up YouTube? It's good to be back. It's been a little while since I shot a video, but there has been something that I have been working through as an entrepreneur that I wanted to bring up as a topic on this channel because for those of you that don't know me, my name is Ponte. I have built a couple of multi-million-dollar businesses out in some of the most remote islands in the world, Maui, Hawaii. And this channel is all about how I can teach you how to do the same. And so with that being said, one of the things that I have been struggling with is looking at the end result of some of the goals that I'm trying to achieve. Now we're just now entering Q4, right? Quarter 4 of the year. And at the time of shooting this video, I have a lot on my mind. I have a lot on my plate. I have a lot of stuff that I set in motion at the beginning of the year that I have not hit yet. Now, my goals, my dreams, my visions, those all scare me. And it's because I swing for the fences, right? I set goals so big that they scare me, and oftentimes I won't actually hit that goal. Sometimes I will, but more often than not, I'll get very close. And when you swing so big and you set goals that are so high, you're constantly working to get to the next level, right? You're constantly pushing yourself beyond your normal limits so that you can reach and grow to bigger and better things. Now, that being said, if you get caught in looking too far ahead, you look at the end result, it can paralyze you. It can stop you in your tracks. And I'll give you an example. So for those of you that are starting to, build your business, or maybe you have some customers, and a lot of you I know are doing digital marketing, you can get caught up in getting ready to get ready. And what I mean by that is you know that you need to get more customers, meaning you need to be running ads, you need to be doing SEO on your website, you need to be networking or cold email, and all those things. Those are all things that you can do to bring in new customers into your business. But if you look too far into that, you're gonna get stuck in not ever actually doing that. And you may have experienced this before. Let me know in the comments below if you've experienced this before, where there are a lot of moving parts to get a paid ad campaign going, right? Let's just use paid ads as an example. You have to create a landing page, you have to create a lead magnet or a special offer or a training or whatever you're giving to the person or the product or the service. You have to write the emails, you have to create the ads, you have to write the copy for the ads and the graphics for the ads. And there's all those little things that go into creating a successful campaign like that just to reach the end result, which is to get more customers, right? So if you just focus on man, I really need to get more customers all the time, and you just think about that and you don't break it down into smaller little goals that you need to do in order to get to that bigger goal, it just puts you in this paralysis by analysis stage. And we all get stuck and caught in that from time to time. It's important to be able to have that self-awareness to know when you're caught in that and have a hand that you can play in order to get out of it. And so for me, when I get caught in that, and I do, I'll find a day or two will go by where I'm just not really getting anything done, right? I find myself checking emails more often than not, or responding to things that aren't really moving the needle in my business. They're just making me feel like I'm doing busy work, but I'm not actually doing busy work. Let me know if that is also something you can relate to in the comments. And I try to respond to every single comment that you all leave on this channel. So if you do have questions, please let me know. And if you haven't already hit the like button on this video, please do that. It will help me push this video out to as many entrepreneurs as I possibly can. And so back to what I was saying, I like to break things down into bite-sized digestible chunks. So paid traffic example again, rather than worrying about having the successful funnel and paid campaign and all that stuff, I focus on breaking that goal down into a smaller list. So let's start with the landing page. And I do this in an outline, right? I'll use a Word document or Evernote. I'll use that format and I'll write down the entire outline and then break up the action steps for each little goal that I need to hit. And once I hit all those goals, the end result will be that I have a paid ad campaign. And if I focus on just doing what is next, then eventually I have the end result, right? And I'm not caught in that paralysis by analysis stage, which we all can get caught up in. And oftentimes I find myself getting in that stage because I'm not sleeping well enough, or I'm staying out late, or I have other things going on and I'm not getting in a proper routine. And it can happen to anybody, right? It can happen to anybody. I mean, life gets busy. For me, I know I'm very much a creature of habit, and just knowing that about myself, having that self-awareness, I know that I need to put day after day in consistent measure to get into the habit of doing all of those things, taking those small goals and action steps to those small goals goals to reach those bigger goals. And again, it really, it comes down to having that self-awareness so that you can be consistent. You need to really be consistent with whatever it is you do. If it's reaching out to businesses or working on your craft or learning skills, or even if it's just learning how to do things, you need to consistently learn how to do those things. So if you have a course or something you're studying, you need to set aside some time every single day or some consistent measurable amount of time so that you can actually learn whatever it is that you're trying to learn. So that would be what I would say is the most important thing. And again, I'm just bringing this up because recently I found myself just trying to get through and get a lot of stuff done in preparation for the end of the year, right? I want to finish this year strong. And I found myself kind of caught in that mindset and not being able to get a lot of things done. So, for me, I'm able to quickly pivot back into consistency because I know all about this. There will only be like a day or two that will go by where I won't be able to like shake my head and bring myself back into, the frame. But for others, I know that this process can take weeks or months or sometimes years. So a lot of people, they will get caught in trying to figure out how this whole thing works, and they will try to assemble all the pieces for far too long without breaking things up into smaller action steps to get to where they're actually trying to go. And sometimes it's years, multiple years before they actually start their business or get any traction with it. I've talked to a lot of people. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that have been working on their business for years without having any actionable results to show for it. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like there's a lot of, myself included, people that have failed for a long time before we actually had something that works. But the thing is you need to be able to realize, when you're pretending to yourself that you're being busy, and if you are, how do you get out of that mindset and how do you reshift your focus so that you can, just get the ship pointed north and start getting into the consistency so you can make progress day in and day out? Because at the end of the day, if you're working remotely, right, you're building a business from wherever you are, and that's the type of business I have, right? Like my businesses are located in Hawaii and I'm in New York City right now. I've been out here, or I've been traveling for about 4 months now, but the thing is those businesses are still running in Hawaii, right? The teams are doing what they should be doing. I'm still CEOing like I should be doing. I'm still managing the direction of the companies, the growth of the revenue, the incoming clients, the project managers, the managers, the executive officers. I'm still working with all of them to make sure all the moving parts are in place so those things can work. And even if you don't have all those moving parts yet, it doesn't really matter. You still need to be able to have this mindset to make the same progress every single day that anyone is facing if they're looking to build any kind of business really, but more importantly, a remote business, because that's the type of business that I like to build. So let me know where you're at in your business in the comments below. Hit the like button if you got anything out of this video at all. Yeah, I look forward to jumping back on the YouTube train. I'm really just trying to create as frictionless as possible experience for myself to share with you what I'm going through as I build these types of businesses. And the last few months have really been hunkering down, trying to reach some deadlines and goals. So I just haven't been able to focus on YouTube as much. And so I'm hoping to kind of get back at it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.